Hey guys, here we go into a video breaking down the knockout from Khamzat Chimaev versus Gerald. I'm not even going to bother saying his last name. But what we're going to be talking about is lead hand control and controlling the space and kind of how we got into this position as Khamzat is controlling that lead hand, looking to find a way to get Gerald on the line with him. As at the beginning of the fight, he was, using that movement, trying to stay away from him. But here we're going to go and take a look at the fight. And now, as Khamzat is coming forward, he's going to be controlling the space with his lead hand. Okay, this is, I know I don't always like this term, but finding your range, right? But essentially, this is going to help him shortcut finding his range as he looks to control the space between him and Gerald. Gerald is going to be looking to find this contact point too. Now, if Gerald doesn't get control of this lead hand, that means that Gerald is going to be constantly being pushed off of his line and being defensive from Khamzat's lead hand. And we're going to see exactly what that looks like in a second as Khamzat continues to come forward and probe with this lead hand, right? Asking Gerald a question. Hey, how do you intend to control the space between you and I? Okay, I touched the glove, and what did Gerald do? He moved off the line. But notice Khamzat's focus is still on that lead hand as he comes forward, right? Coming forward, control that lead hand. And when he finally gets control of it, let's take a look at the position that Gerald is in. All his weight is on the front foot. And when he meets him on this position, because he has to put his weight into that position to control it, Khamzat knows that this is going to be the opportunity in which he's going to be able to deliver a strike. Okay, so now he's used the lead hand control to draw Gerald into his line and to meet him into this position with the lead hand so that he can go from fighting off the back foot to transferring his weight, shifting his weight to the front foot and throwing this kick here. Again, going from here on the back foot to shuffling forward and throwing this kick to the body as he controls the space and draws Gerald's weight into him. Now, Khamzat's going to continue moving forward and looking to find that space with the lead hand, okay? Look at him put his lead hand out here. Now, this scene here is very important because, again, Khamzat is looking to draw Gerald into his line, okay? As Khamzat continues to come forward with his weight, now remember the position that Gerald was in when he met him on the line here. His weight is on the front foot here, right? Boom, boom, boom. This is where he is in the ring. This is his position. Now, he can still transfer his weight to be defensive off of the back foot, but Khamzat is also about to take this position on the front foot as he throws his kick, right? Now all his weight is being centered. I know his head is not exactly over it, but all his weight is centered over this position as he looks to move forward from the back foot as he's chasing Gerald through the ring to the front foot, transferring his weight through this kick. Now, as he looks to meet Gerald on the front foot here with his lead hand, all his weight now is going to be over his front foot as he's looking to meet and draw Gerald onto his line. Now, as this lead hand approaches Gerald, it's going to be pushing Gerald more to the back half of his line, okay? Where he's going to be transferring his weight away from the front foot. Now, again, this is exactly where Khamzat does not want Gerald's weight. He wants Gerald's weight with him moving forward so that he can find his head easier. Because when his head is on the back foot, even if Khamzat is on the front foot, he's going to be too far away to be able to close that distance with his hands. So, but real quick, paying attention to this position here, watch Khamzat come forward. Now he has this step and he shoots this jab here real quick. Boom. Now, as he does that, he shifts his weight forward here, okay? Let's just watch that one more time. Step on the left leg, shift forward. This is the exact same motion that he's going to use to throw his right hand that knocks Gerald out. Now he's going to transfer his weight to the back foot, back to the front foot, and use that lead hand control again to start alienating Gerald from his line. Now, Gerald's not going to be able to make any attacks against Khamzat if he continues fighting off of the back foot, unless he has a pretty good front, leg kick, right? Or a good roundhouse with his right leg. as he transfers his weight from the front foot-ish to the back foot because Khamzat is continuing to push him off of his line. And again, what do I mean by that? Look at this neutral position that Gerald is in, and now look at where his weight is as he continues, right, to get pushed off of the back foot, right? Now he's going to move forward, right? Now his weight with this shuffle kind of puts it on the front foot, kind of, and then he's going to step and continue transferring his weight to the back foot, right? Look at the position he in. Essentially on position 2 with his weight on the back leg again. Khamzat not allowing him with that lead hand control to meet him on the front of the line. But Khamzat is going to continue using lead hand control in these feints, as he feints here, from farther away, right? Notice the position that Gerald is in as well, as he looks to feint him, okay? Gerald is about to cross his own feet, so Khamzat is looking to control him from farther away. 1, control with the lead hand. 2, control with the lead hand. Now, take a look at the position that Gerald is meeting him on the line in, okay? He's blocking his own weight transfer by blocking with his toes here. There's no line here, right? Normally, if your weight is on the back foot, you're going to be here, right? Your knee's going to be here. Your head's going to be somewhere around here. So he's looking to meet Khamzat, again, on the front foot, okay? Most of his weight being centered on the front foot here. Now, Khamzat is going to push him off of that line with this lead hand, but also he knows that he just came into contact with his lead hand. So this is going to be the opportunity that he was looking for to change positions again and go from pivoting off of the back foot to transferring his weight all the way to the front foot through this right hand. As he blasts forward, changing positions and transferring his weight to attack Gerald, who is also looking to transfer his weight to the front foot, okay? The only difference is Khamzat catches him with his hand on that transition as Gerald gets pushed back to the back of his line in a previous jab, but boom, boom. And now as Gerald moves back to the back foot, all his weight is on the back foot already, and Khamzat is changing positions. Now, as Khamzat changes positions and goes from here, Gerald is going to be expecting another jab, and he's going to be looking to slip to the front foot to get out of the line of that jab, as the jab is going to come across his shoulder here, and Gerald's going to be looking to slip in front of it, hoping that it passes right over his shoulder. But that pattern is set up from the motion that Khamzat is using with his jab here, boom, boom, right? Going forward and then transferring his weight back to the back foot. Notice the rhythm in which he goes forward, back, right? Forward, back, okay? So Gerald is expecting that when that lead hand comes out, that the next weight transition is going to be bringing Khamzat to his back leg, right? Notice as he enters the line and then moves off the line, enters the line and then moves off the line. And he's expecting Khamzat to go forward here and then bring his weight back to the back foot. But again, Khamzat uses that little shift that he used right here to touch that lead hand, except that this time, when Khamzat puts his lead hand out there, right, and he takes this little step here, whoops, Gerald's lead hand is not there. So he doesn't continue with his action as Gerald is moving off of the line with him. And then in the next clip, whoops, and then in the next clip, he finally does get control of Gerald's lead hand and decides to actually make his attack. Again, with the same idea as here, getting control of that lead hand, finally finding that position in the line, making sure that his opponent's weight is where it needs to be so he can make his attack, and then making his strike. And then this scene is no different as he starts controlling Gerald from farther away. Control, control, control. And then Gerald believes that he's going to shoot another jab or rotate his weight back to the back foot, and Khamzat continues shuffling forward with his near pendulum step-like motion. Boom, shuffle his weight to the back foot, and then shuffle his weight forward to the front foot in this right hand. Anyway, it was a super performance from Khamzat, and I'm really excited to see where he goes from here. To be honest, I'd rather him fight a striker than wind up fighting Demian Maia, just because, you know, I know Demian Maia is a pretty decent gatekeeper, for the level of like jiu-jitsu or whatever. Hey, you got to find a way to beat someone who's a specialist in order to get to the title or whatever. So like, I guess in theory, Tyron Woodley is supposed to be a striking specialist. And then Damian Maia is the jiu-jitsu one, right? So maybe Khamzat will get to fight. I don't know who's going to fight, But anyway, maybe he'll fight Tyron Woodley instead, which would be interesting. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you guys are interested in learning. Now, one of the ideas here about the weight management, right? Now, let's take a look. Actually, I wanted to point this out. But let's take a look at the way that Gerald transfers his weight to the back foot, okay? Oh, spoiler alert, he doesn't, okay? But look at how he takes this step here on the ball of his foot. This is going to stop him from transferring his weight as quickly as he may want to, right? Now, part of the problem with training your weight transitions and the way that you move around in the ring like this on the ball of your foot is that oftentimes this is going to lead to bad habits when people are actually striking and attacking you. Like Khamzat, right? When someone looks to do that, and then now you only have one place to transfer your weight, right? You just brought your weight to the back foot. Now you can't slip all the way to the back foot if you're blocking your own weight transfer by stomping your toes into the ground, right? Looking to really settle down in that position on your toes. The next time you transition your weight, you're only going to be able to go forward. You're not going to be able to continue carrying your weight to the back foot and pull away from an attack, right? Which is especially important in the southpaw position because your line works in such a linear fashion when you're a southpaw versus an orthodox. So I'm not sure where Gerald is going to go from here with a flaw like this that's so important for striking. Maybe that's why I guess he's a black belt, right? Maybe that's why he's being successful in the UFC is because of all of his submissions or whatever. Now, I don't really know too much about the guy, except that he just got knocked out after talking all that mad, crazy shit. So, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you guys would like to learn how to make moves like this work, right? Transferring your weight to the front foot, control, shifting forward. This is essentially a kind of a poor man's pendulum step. And that's exactly what he uses here to knock this guy out as he shifts his weight to the front foot, boom, then shifts his weight to the back foot as he takes the step, and then transfers his weight through the front foot. But learning how to make these moves kind of seamless, if you guys are interested, I have a personalized coaching Patreon in which I teach people how to do all these kinds of things. Throw the left hand, throw the right hand, manage your weight. And as we noticed in this fight, true expert combat sports is not just the ability to manage your own weight, as we saw Gerald failing, not being able to transfer his weight to the back foot to get away or set up pull counters or move off of his line super effectively. But the idea is not just learning to manage your own weight and your own body mechanics and your own positions, but expert level fighting is learning how to control your opponents as well. So if you're interested in learning how to do that stuff, either in sparring or on your heavy bag or your double in bag or in your shadow boxing, if you're learning to improve your technique or improve the way that you move around the ring so that it's more conducive to actually fighting, specifically for boxing, guys. I do have a few people who do Muay Thai and do MMA and want to fight in mixed martial arts that are part of my Patreon that are looking to improve their boxing striking. So it's obviously still going to be a big help if you're interested in improving your striking. But yeah, it's all personalized film studies. And we're going to be taking a look at a lot of the fights over the weekend on my Patreon, full complete fight breakdowns. We're very likely going to be watching Woodley versus Colby, as I missed that fight, unfortunately, because I was watching Lubin and Gosha for some reason. Why did I do that? I don't know. I even missed Pedraza, who I'm a much bigger fan of. So I'm going to be watching Pedraza's fight next on my Patreon. And then in between those fights, in between those rounds, whenever a fighter does a really cool move, I'll kind of break that move down and we'll start drilling it while we're watching the fight and teaching you guys how to do those moves. Similarly to this move here, if we were on Patreon, I'd kind of show you guys how to work your weight management to make this move flow, and you can train it But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I just want to say this real quick, that anyone who says that Khamzat won this fight because he was just too fast doesn't know shit about fighting, okay?